Good morning everybody, welcome to another video on the 4th of December. Champing, minus 3 degrees centigrade. Just charging the Tesla, waiting to go into town. Moving today, overnight flight to Hainan Island, Hainan province. The temperature's a bit more conducive over in Hainan. I think it's currently at 29 degrees centigrade, so that'll do me. Although they say it doesn't feel 29 degrees centigrade, it feels cooler. 29 is better than minus 3. Going there for as long as I possibly can, and we'll see what happens there. Whilst I've been here, I've become disappointed in fellow YouTubers who've been here and portrayed attractions in China like some sort of theme park. I will describe it as. The way they talk about the sights and sounds and the food and portray what they think they are seeing and making it into something it isn't. Rather like the BBC, but in reverse. I watched a few YouTube channels before it came out, and there's been some very recent YouTube videos made, and they are making videos to make money, and if you're going to make a video to make money, I believe it's even more important, to be honest. And I don't think the portrayal that I've seen of China on YouTube and what I have seen in real life are two very different places, and the people are very different. The people are very sincere, very honest, very open, and they do smile, they do laugh at a lot. That doesn't make them, I'm not going to use the word, they're not cartoon characters. They are good, honest, dedicated people, dedicated to the families, to the work, to everything they do, but they smile and chatter a lot. Smiling and chattering doesn't make them into cartoon characters, and that's the way I see people portrayed these people here, because believe me, they are wonderful people. That aside, still going to the outside gym. That is brilliant. Minus 5 the other day. I'm there on the machines. The park was full. There were people singing, playing musical instruments, dancing. It's minus 5, but there's no damp in the air. There's minus 5, there's no frost in the mornings. It's minus 5 now, there's no ice. Minus 3 now, there's no ice, because there's no damp to freeze. That's the difference. I think the Tesla's just finished charging. So, a little bit of an update. I'm certainly going to video anybody or anything. Hopefully I might bring you some scenery from Hainan. I've got some video stuff of some road trips I have done, and to show what the roads are like, because they're good. The road network is amazing. The rail network is amazing. I'm fortunate I haven't had to go on the underground, so I've used the bus, and there's plenty of them, regular, on time, they're clean, more comfortable than Pronto bus. Sometimes crowded, especially when they get closer into Beijing. They get a bit crowded, but I'm that far out, I've got a seat generally when I got on the bus. Other than that, Anybody who's into electric cars, when it's -5, your Tesla will only go 60% of what it says at the beginning of your journey. As finding out, pulling into one of the Olympic ski villages to get a charge with the 11 kilometers left on the clock, which in reality would only have been 6 kilometers or 7 kilometers, because it eats, when it's -5 degrees, to keep the battery conditioned, it eats power. Other than that, Tesla's doing 400k plus to a charge, which is good. It's just a ramble. It's 5 minutes. I've touched base with you because signal's rubbish. VPN, Express VPN is rubbish. It isn't rubbish because I'm using it now to speak, to upload this video. And how many days that takes, I don't know. Or even if, unless I have to ping a signal somewhere else and use VPN. iPhone 15, I mean, sell iPhone 15 in China. iPhone 15 from the Western world in China is pointless, especially since it updated last week. It does not work at all. I'm not bothered about taking it back to a previous setting because I've got an iPad which is on a previous whatever, and that's useless as well. So I'm on an Android, a Samsung J12 phone, and it is by far the best way I've got. I've also got a Chinese Avia or something phone, Viva phone, purely for mapping, because I mean, Beijing's a big place, Chongqing's a big place. If you're lost and your electronic maps don't work, you're stuffed, and you really are stuffed. So I've got a Chinese phone which has got a Chinese system of mapping on. At least I can get back to base, get back to a drop pin, as it were. So that's important to have some form of navigation that works, because your Western phone, unless you know something I don't, if you know something I don't, please leave it in the comments. But I've got a 5G Chinese eSIM in a Chinese phone, and that is good for my Chinese phone numbers, contacts, and finding my way about via drop pins. Obviously the mapping is all in Chinese, which is extremely difficult to read and understand. So that's my little rambling update of where I'm in China. Off to Hainan, so the scarf, the coat and the woolies will be gone, hopefully replaced by short sleeves, and I become sweet Western meat for the mosquitoes. And the mosquitoes no doubt will be feasting on my sweet Western blood, although they shouldn't be too bad at this time of year, so they say. So thanks for tuning in, thanks for touching base, and I will try to post stuff here and there whenever. It's just I'm not actually chilled out, I'm not really relaxed. Life's just so flatlined. I'm on China speed, just grinding away, doing what I want to do, nice and steady, having a good trip. See you next time, sometime. Thank you from Hainan.